Hey, this is Johnny.
I'm Daniel.
We're Nothing More, and you're watching Midwest Music Scene.
Hey guys, this is Dave with Midwest Music Scene. We're here with Nothing More. What's going on, guys?
Oh, nothing much, man. Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for doing it again.
Yeah, happy to be out here at Rocklahoma.
Yeah, for sure.
Good day.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, we were just talking about Rock on the Range. How was that, dude? That's a huge festival. 40,000 people. What was that like?
That was wild, man. I think every festival we play is kind of an adrenaline rush because there's so many people and so much excitement. Rock on the Range was no exception. The sun actually came out right when we started playing.
Really?
It was real rainy. It was like the first Rock on the Range that was cold and rainy. So I guess we brought the rain or brought the sun. I'm not sure.
We brought the rain. Bless you. Ooh, excuse me. So how was it for you? I mean, going out on that huge stage in front of all those people.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was one of the best, people start to file in while you're setting up, and it's probably out of all the festivals, the biggest people there dedicated and just stoked to see us play,
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
So last time we talked, to my knowledge, it was back in October. You guys weren't signed. You might have been, I don't know. But
No, we weren't.
But, I mean, there's been so much happened since then. I mean, how is that feeling, dude? That's crazy. You guys have a number, 8, 9 song right now on the charts?
Yeah,
with
9,
Ballast?
I think,
Yeah, number 9, yeah. Quickly going to number 1. So how does that
That's
feel,
the goal.
dude?
It's pretty surreal. Honestly, I mean, I guess the only thing I can say is it almost doesn't feel real. We're all pinching ourselves, just trying to realize what's going on because we've been, I think, slugging it out in the trenches for years. Mm-hmm. So this last year's been like a whirlwind.
Yeah.
All we can be is thankful.
Yeah.
Very thankful, man.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, you guys got with 11-7, who is just phenomenal with every artist that they work with. And they've done some amazing things for you guys so far. I mean, you guys are playing Download. I mean, how excited are you for Download?
Yeah, we're utterly stoked. Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah. I mean, it's Europe. I don't know what to expect. I've never been over there. I mean, fortunately in the UK we speak the same language, but everything else, it feels so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, 11-7's been amazing. They're just killing it.
Yeah.
For years and years and years, like Johnny said, we've been in the trenches just doing everything we can on our own, and it's just amazing to have this group of very talented, just awesome people leveraging everything we do, and taking it to the next level. So it's very cool.
Yeah, it seems like they believe in you guys so much.
Yeah.
Which they should, because you guys are going to be headlining arenas before too long. So you guys are going to Europe. Do you have any family members over there? I heard you did.
I don't. I might have a second cousin in Germany or something. I'm not sure.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Who does have family? Oh, our guitar player Mark has his whole family. His name's Villalunga, and the Vallalungas are in Italy.
Really?
So yeah, he has a bunch of family over there.
Sweden, he's got some family there too.
You got family everywhere.
Yeah.
He's an all-around kind of guy. So, you guys are on active rock right now. I mean, you guys have any plans to go to the alternative stations? I mean, an acoustic version of This Is the Time?
Actually, that's a good question because we're talking about that right now. We definitely don't see ourselves as a strictly rock-specific band, even though we have a lot of heavier and more rock-oriented moments throughout our music. And it's the backbone of it is rock, but we've all grown up listening to a lot of alternative-leaning things. So I think we're gonna, no promises because this is what we're talking about, but we do want to do kind of an acoustic, not your traditional acoustic version, but kind of a unique version of This Is the Time, and maybe throw it at alternative radio. We'll see.
Well, that's awesome, dude. I mean, that would be really good for you guys. I mean, I think that would blow up huge too, So, I have always been on a website called TuneLabMusic.com. We're the early adopters.
Oh yeah, totally.
This is why I got my questions.
That's hilarious. Anyway.
Now you know, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So, speaking of that, I heard that you decided to start singing while you were in Mexico.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
We were playing the Cabo Wabo Cantina in Cabo San Lucas, which is Sammy Hagar's venue that he owns there. And we did this travel with Nothing More like tourism kind of a show where it was like everybody bought plane tickets and we all got on a plane together, flew out there, and we would play a show one of the nights. And so it was kind of like a vacation / show. It was a lot of fun. Well, one of those nights, we were kind of in a rough spot as a band, and I had a little too much to drink, and I was telling Mark, I looked over at him in kind of a moment of, I want to call it drunken clairvoyance, which you sometimes get to if you don't go too far and drink too much. And I was like, man, I've had this in my heart and my soul, and I really want to sing, but I'm afraid to. And as you know, liquid courage will take away some of that fear. And so he's like, you know what? Let's talk about it in the morning. I just think you're drunk. Yeah. And in the morning, I was like, I actually still felt the same way. But I grew up, was in a very small private school, and I tried out for choir at a very young age, and I got rejected. Really? I didn't make the choir. And so it was one of those like impressionable experiences that I think I took with me into adulthood. And I just got to this moment where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I really am feeling this. And we loved the singer that we were with at the time. We just were kind of going different ways. And so that was kind of the birth inside of the idea. And it wasn't until later that we actually really all got on the same page and we're like, okay, this is the direction we want to go. We started looking for a drummer, but it was an interesting transition.
So I heard that you guys all have the same scar on your right arms.
Yours look way cooler than mine.
Let's see it. Let's see the scars. Whoa.
There you go.
Yep.
Totally.
My skin heals a little too well, evidently. Well, they put mine to shame.
Well, I heard you guys were at like a bar, and everyone in the bar decided to get this brand.
It was an after party, and there's still a picture of it.
Really?
And yeah, it was in Baton Rouge. There's like 25 people. You know by the picture that it's like 5 in the morning. And it's everyone like arms pulled down. The most atrocious. The way we did it was the back of a knife just heated up over a stove. And there's just everyone in that picture has a single scar. And some of them are massive, and some of them are just like,
that's crazy.
People are wild.
We didn't tell them to do that, by the way. It just happened.
Nothing more friends are just crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen any of them ever again. So I think they woke up, they're like, what the? Oh, screw that band.
So tell me, you are very good at like mechanical things, like building things. Like, tell me about that. Like, what got you into doing that kind of stuff? I mean,
it's something that I just always wanted to do, and I don't know. I never got to. I don't know. I never studied it. So like joining this band, I took on the mechanical work on the van, and just slowly kind of getting myself in way over my head with things, like kind of took to it, and I had a friend of mine. I've always wanted to build stuff, so I started with wood, and I'm a terrible carpenter. And a good friend of mine, Brian Bentley, that's a mechanical engineer, is like, dude, you need to just get a welder and start welding. He's like, I'll show you. And I don't know, kind of had the vision for the stage show you see now, and obviously it takes steel to do, and went and bought a $150 welder and started cranking, and 1,000 hours later, you see what we have on stage. So, But it's become a big passion of mine. It's I don't know. I think it's cool visually, but also to give something function as well in like a musical setting is neat. I dig it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's awesome.
And
so
I just wanted to add to that because I think I hope this is encouraging to people who are watching who might be in a band or interested in doing their own thing, even if it's not music, but like their own business or whatever. I think what's kind of, in hindsight, given us this kind of creative edge to kind of stand out amongst other bands was born out of limitations. And I mean that specifically with Daniel, it's like all we had was just a bunch of scrap metal laying around, and Dan decided to give life to all this stuff that if anybody else would have looked at it, they just said, oh, that's junk. But Dan looked at it and was like, this is something we can create. And if you have that mindset, then you really can't be put down or stopped, because you turn your limitations into creative advantages.
And never have the fear to try. Like it's scary to fail, but we all fail.
Yeah.
That's it. We've failed on stage a million times. We've done some embarrassing things in pursuit of the stage show, but if it's in your heart, just go and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just forgiveness.
So we've talked about some songs on the record before. Tell me, for the people that don't know, about God Went North. I know it's about your mom. So, can you give us the backstory? What the whole song's about?
Yeah, that was a very difficult song to get out and finish. It's kind of it was a story that was about my mom, who she basically got a death sentence when I was in high school with a very aggressive cancer that was just known. It was like 95% of people that got it just didn't survive, didn't respond to chemo or any kind of radiation. So we as a family got together, and she decided she wanted to fight it, which, she was still young. She was, 40 or something at the time, 40-something. And, my two younger sisters were still, pretty young. And so over the next few years, she actually had a moment where she had kind of a spontaneous remission, which is a fancy way of saying it went away.
Yeah.
And we were all just enthralled that our mom was going to be able to be with us longer. And a year after that happened, it came back with a vengeance. And a lot of people who've had cancer before probably know how this works. But so we just, we stuck it out. And that last year of her fighting to hold on was probably one of the most transformative experiences I've ever been a part of, because my sister Jenna, who the song Jenny is about, was going through a very rough time at the same time. She was dealing with a lot of things that at the time we didn't know. She had some severe bipolar issues, and mixed with some addiction. She got with the wrong crowd, and I think out of just not knowing what was wrong with her, she self-medicated and got addicted to hard drugs. And that's usually a cocktail for disaster.
Yeah.
And so my mom was fighting to the bitter end to stick around to kind of help get my sister through that time. And the song's called Jenny because my mom's sister, my Aunt Jenny, actually, we kind of lost her, and my mom lost her at a young age to mental disease. She just basically exited, was gone. She's been gone for over 20, 30 years now. Her body's still here, but she's not there. You know what I mean? And I think she saw my sister Jenna, who she named after her sister, Jenny, as kind of a form of redemption. So it was the most heartbreaking thing I've been a part of, to watch that splitting where you're trying to hold on for dear life. And my mom, as a result, was just drugged down through the sludge of cancer. But like I said, there's a silver lining to everything, and it ended up changing me in ways that I never would have been changed. And so I told my mom on her deathbed, actually, that she was kind of like disappointed that she didn't beat cancer. She thought she was going to beat it because she felt like she was going to change the world and go and tell everybody what she did. She was such a passionate, fiery person. And I told her that I was like, well, you've changed me, and I'm going to go out and carry the baton. And so I walk into every day with a sense of purpose that is unshakable because of her and what she did.
You have this major platform to tell everybody now, it's great. It really is. And I think that's really, all that I have for you guys. When's the album come out? When can we expect that kind of stuff?
The record's coming out June 23rd, and very proud of it. We're putting out the whole thing. We worked, some of the people watching this may already have it because we released it independently about a year ago, and then we got signed, and we wanted the whole world to hear it because it was so many strong and impactful experiences that we went through, and we're so proud of it that we wanted to make sure that it saw the light of day and got its its day in the sun. So that's why we're re-releasing it, and we're going to be touring the world this year. So it's going to be amazing.
Well, we can't wait, guys. Pick up the album.